installing the EcoFlow WAVE 2 and seeing how good it actually works in our RV. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. In a previous video, we did a full unboxing of the EcoFlow WAVE 2. It has a very impressive set of features that makes this possibly the best all-in-one heater / air conditioner that you can use in your RV, your van life setup, or any other kind of small space. But is it any good, and how easy is it to set up? Well, we're going to dig into those two questions today, starting with a full install. Now, before we get into that install, let's talk about some of the features at a quick glance. This is installation free. That means you don't have to pay somebody to put this into your system. It is simple install, which we're going to review later in this video, but it is a full standalone system that works right out of the box. It has the fastest heating and cooling out of anything else in the industry. It will cool from 30 degrees down to 20 degrees in a matter of 5 minutes. It will also heat from 20 degrees to 30 degrees in the same 5 minutes. It is the world's first portable wireless AC unit with heater, and that's one of the things that I'm actually really excited about, because up here in Canada we actually use AC in the daytime, but still the night times get cold enough that you might want to use heat. So having something that can do both is a huge plus for us, and I will show you guys what we've been using for heat up until we installed this, which is so messy and so dangerous. Those of you that really like the specs, it provides up to 5,100 BTUs of cooling and up to 6,100 BTUs of heating. You can figure out kind of how much of a space you can heat or cool with that. We're going to be heating a 10 by 15 space and cooling a 10 by 15 space in the back of our RV. We'll show you guys that when we get to the actual install. How about peaceful cooling or peaceful heating? This thing has an eco-friendly quiet mode that does only 44 decibels to cool a space, which is quiet enough that you can actually sleep through it without this annoying loud AC unit buzzing away in your ear, which is great for those of you who are using this in a bedroom area. It utilizes R290 refrigerant, which is environmentally friendly, much more environmentally friendly than a lot of the other cooling solutions that are out there. So this is a great green solution as well. On top of that, it can be powered 4 different ways, which we reviewed in much more detail in our other videos. We're not going to go through it all here, but you can have it on AC or DC power and a number of different DC powers, solar panels, cigarette plug in your vehicle, or the battery pack, which we will also install in our setup today. And it is full app controlled to make this work seamlessly with the EcoFlow ecosystem. That means you can use their other batteries, their other inverters, their battery powered generators. Everything works in the ecosystem, including the WAVE 2, which makes it integrate seamlessly with whatever you're already using. Now, if you're already convinced this is the thing for you, I will put a link in the description where you can grab one of these and any of the other EcoFlow products. But now it is time to go to the install. Gams go. Are you paying too much for Netflix, Spotify, Disney Plus, Crunchyroll, Duolingo, Canva, or Adobe? GamsGo has you covered with premium shared subscriptions for a fraction of the price directly from the distributor. Yes, GamsGo is the shared premium experience that you've been looking for that saves a ton of money. I personally use GamsGo for my Netflix, my Spotify, my Disney Plus, and my Crunchyroll subscriptions, and I have saved tons of money by switching to GamsGo. Switching to GamsGo is as easy as clicking the link in the description or up in the title card, which will take you to the main GamsGo website. Select the services that you're looking for and buy them. But to show you how easy it is, we're gonna take 30 seconds and we're gonna sign up for Netflix. So we've clicked the affiliate link and I'm gonna click purchase now on Netflix. Now we have an option to buy 3 months or 6 months. I'm gonna buy a 6-month membership. I'm gonna say activate auto renewal because you don't wanna miss out anyway. Now in my case, I only need 1 profile. That means that I get 1 of the 5 included shared profiles with my Netflix account, and I can install it on 1 device in my home. Do you have multiple devices in your home? You might want to switch to the 5 profiles option, which also unlocks multiple devices so that you can use all of your profiles across multiple devices. But in my case, one profile is plenty. Now, this is the most important step. It's gonna say, do you have a promo code? Yes, I do. And the promo code is GEARS. We're gonna apply our promo code and it's gonna say, this is a valid promo code. We're gonna click to go to payment, and then we're gonna enter in all of our details. This is a one-time payment of just $21.26. That is crazy cheap for premium Netflix on one device with one profile. I'm going to pay now. I'm gonna enter my credit card information, and that's it. Once you've paid, you get immediate access to Netflix, and it's as simple as logging into your Gamsgo account, getting the username and passkey, and then going to legit Netflix. Now it's gonna immediately say, well, who is this? Now I am account number 3, Gears and Tech, and it's gonna ask for my PIN code because I locked this down. Once I have my PIN code in, now instantly I am in the full premium Netflix experience. This gives me HD Netflix, I can download it, and it's that simple. And it works the same on all your other favorite streaming platforms. This is truly an amazing deal. You don't wanna miss it. Click the link down below to grab your deal. The first thing we need to do is remove the old heater, which is easy enough. And then I need to make space for this. And I figured, what better space than right here on the floor. So this guy's gonna go right here, nice and tight to the couch. I can put a chair in front of it or something if I need to. Now this is removable. This is for the rear intake, which I'm going to just leave, like I said. So we're gonna clip this back on here, like that, to protect those fins. And that's all we need to do. But I do need to attach the top vent port, which comes with this. So we're just gonna clip this on, and it goes on here somehow. I don't know how, because I haven't really played with this yet. Just like that. And then I'm ready to turn this around, but I guess I should get my power cord out first. This all comes inside the hose. Now it does have this for water drainage, which I think I'm gonna need it. So I'm gonna hook it on here, and then what I'm gonna do is just have it sitting up here, so when it gets full, I can just let it down and have it drain into a bowl of some sort, and then it'll work like that, hopefully, for me. But if you're not in a very humid place, then that drain won't need to be used. But if you are in a humid place, definitely the drain needs to be hooked up somehow, some way. Coming around to the side here, I do have the optional expansion battery pack, and this helps to cool down in case of a power failure. Now we don't have power failures out here often, if at all, but if we did, we can easily run this thing during the power failure off of the battery pack, which is an extra peace of mind for, in case of an emergency. So to hook up the battery pack, it's as simple as taking the included link cable, plugging it in the top, and plugging it in the bottom. I think it only goes one way, but let's see if it'll go the other way too. It will only go one way. So with the EcoFlow writing facing up on the battery side, like that. And then we've got our power supply, which we're gonna power it off of 120 volts. So we're gonna put that in the side there like that. And that allows me to turn this around like this, and I'm gonna have it plugged into this power supply here. Now there is a test button on here you can push, and you should hear it drop out. That'll let you know that you're on a properly grounded, protected circuit. And we go like this, and this is now, it will work just like this. It's not gonna be exactly what I want because I need to get the exhaust vent on here, but it will turn on. If I power it up, you can see the blue lights coming on, and it's gonna start trying to go. Now I don't want it to go, so I'm gonna turn it back off while I get my exhaust vent. Now, there's two vents here. There's an intake vent and an exhaust. In my case, I'm only hooking up the exhaust, and that is the small guy. And it just goes on here and twists on and locks. Now I've got a window right here, and that's partially why I picked this spot. Now on the bottom of the box that came with it, there was this little insert. It says DIY window vent, and this will easily go into your window space like that, and then you can close your window on it. Now, it's not a perfect seal. If you wanted a perfect seal, this is where the classic tinfoil or cardboard or something like that comes from, because you can easily cut it to the shape that you need and then tape it into the window to seal it all up. Rain won't get in or anything. Now, if you want to do a more classy install, you certainly can find more classy materials to do that sort of thing, and you could even use this guy as a template to just cut out the shape that you need. For me, my final install is going to be the classic cardboard that's been cut out and taped in, because, I mean, come on, we're in a trailer, so it fits. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we'll move on to testing this thing out. Now, we have gone for the full classy tinfoil wrapped around that thing, sandwiched in between the window, and it's more or less a good fit. And if you don't want to look at it, I got great news, because we can just go like this, slide that baby down, and all of a sudden, there we go. This is complete install. This is done. So the next thing we're gonna do is turn this thing on, and I wasn't gonna show you guys the app, but I think I need to use the app now. So as soon as I opened the app, it actually saw my Wave 2 and said, hey, do you have a Wave 2 nearby? But because I went to my screen recorder, it wasn't saying that anymore. But now I just said plus, and it says a device has been found, Wave 2. So we're gonna go like this. Now it wants to connect to my Wi-Fi. So I'm going to do a quick Wi-Fi connection, and then I'll come back. Okay, it's connected to the internet, and there we go. You can see right now, it is telling you all kinds of useful information. I can hear the air conditioner going, and it's blowing some cold air here. In time, this air should start to heat up. In fact, it is getting hot already, and I can change everything. So it is on cool. I can tell it to just do fan and not air conditioner, which is great if you don't need to use the power to run it, and it will run a little bit quieter. Also, interestingly, it has a water level indicator here. So you remember I showed you that we could not use that hose if we didn't want to. When it's full of water, it'll actually stop using the air conditioner, and it will give you a warning that the water is too full and it's time to empty it. There's also an indicator on the screen here that you can see. The first thing I want to do is try and change this to Celsius, because I'm up here in Canada and I don't understand Fahrenheit. Automatic drain. I do not want to. Okay, so this is interesting. So I put that hose on there so that I would have somewhere for the water to go out filled up, but there's a toggle for automatic drain. So if you have the hose hooked up and it's going outside, you can have automatic drain turned on. I do not want that turned on. So this will make sure that it holds the water till it's full, and then you can just say drain and it'll dump into a cup or whatever it is that you want. Ambient lighting, you've got all kinds of great options on here. Now it wants to update the firmware. What exactly is included in the new firmware update? Well, it'll tell you. Optimize the Bluetooth connection to improve the data security when connecting. Awesome. The cool thing is, because this is on Wi-Fi, potentially when I'm not here, I could turn this on to pre-cool or preheat my trailer. As long as I've got the door open, it should actually heat this whole trailer, but if the door is closed, it'll heat the back end or cool the back end, which is fabulous. You also see in the top corner here, 36%. That's actually the add-on battery on the bottom here is charging at 36%, and there's even an indicator on the screen here that tells you kind of the status of all that. There's lots of really neat features here on here. I love the animations. I'm gonna switch it back to cool mode, and we can set our temperature. Now I want it to cool to 21 degrees, and it says that it is currently 23.7 degrees. So it doesn't need to cool too far. So technically it says it will cool within 5 minutes. So why don't we give this a test run here? Because I'm not going anywhere near 10 degrees cooler. So I'll come back here in a few minutes and we'll see if it actually got to 21 degrees. So there we are. It's only a few minutes later and we are down to 21.7 degrees. We actually went all the way to 21 degrees and it has now started cycling between cooling and not cooling. So there I can hear the air conditioner turning back on at 21.8 degrees and it is blowing nice cold air. Now there should be other settings where I can have this fan kind of blow around. Right now it's blowing just straight in front here, but it has added a noticeable chill to this back space here, which makes it much more comfortable for somebody to be back here even though it is scorching hot outside. It's about 32 degrees outside right now, so it's keeping this place nice and cool. Now you saw the install here, which is the basic install. The app control, you've seen that. On top of here, there actually is a multifunction screen. You can do pretty much everything that you want to do from that screen. You don't have to use the app, but if you want to, you certainly can. Now you can hear this thing ramping up. It is not that loud. I can hear it running, but it's not annoyingly loud. So overall, I have to say it is a very impressive unit. It is a little bit costly compared to like a window air conditioner, but when you factor in all of the special features that this has that nobody else offers, suddenly it is a great value. So there you have it, the full install. It's actually a lot easier than what you would expect, but the one thing to note is those vents. You definitely want to have at least the exhaust vent going outside of the RV. You do not have to use the intake vent from outside, and it depends on your use case. In my case, I want to have the air from inside the RV actually recirculate, and that's why I only did the exhaust vent. Now there's a number of reasons for that. Number one, it's going to use the already cooled air and then cool it even more, so it actually runs a little bit more efficiently. But also, a lot of times out here we get a lot of forest fire smoke, and if you have it pulling the air from outside, you're going to be pulling forest fire air from outside and then moving it inside the trailer. Whereas the setup that we've done, we're not pulling air from outside, so we can actually have all the other doors closed and cool the space without having smoky air coming into the RV. If you're someone who has allergies and you can't deal with pollen or any of the environmental allergies, then also you would want to not draw the air from outside. If you really want fresh, green, peaceful air coming into your trailer, then you can use that intake, which will always pull that fresh air, keep your oxygen content really high in your confined space. Overall, excellent product. We're really excited to have it here at the trailer. It's really going to boost up the comfort at the trailer while we're using it out here. Again, if you want to get one for yourself, there are links in the description down below, and you can save a little bit of money using the promo code that we've also included there. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.